What's up, Dunkaholics? This is White Duncan, No Vision Duncan, and we're back with year 5 of the Madden 23 Pittsburgh Steelers realistic rebuild, which will be the final realistic rebuild, the final YouTube video here for me in the year 2022. Year 4, if you tuned in, it was a bad year. Mike Tomlin was let go after suffering his second losing season ever. We have to come in. I really didn't want to, but it was the only job available. You know, I got to pay the bills. So we accepted the job. We're going to come in as the head coach. Like I said before, year 4 was a bad year. Only had about 5 wins. We had like a top 5 pick. I think we were number 4 overall. Really didn't do much in free agency. But year 5, y'all already know it's Super Bowl or nothing. And, you know, the goal is to not win a Super Bowl here in Pittsburgh while I do this rebuild, while maintaining, you know, as real as it gets when it comes to realistic. We're still making the realistic signings, the realistic trades. I'm still putting the team in position to win, but I'd rather take L's. It is crazy, but I'd rather take L's. That's why I am the number 1 anti-Steeler fan. And yes, my voice is still gone, but I'm fighting through it. I'm still going to talk and finish out this rebuild. With all that being said, let's waste no more time. Let's meet the roster, the squad, the team here in year 5 before the preseason starts. Kenny Pickett, who was once our future franchise quarterback of the future, whatever you want to call it, is now tagged as a bridge quarterback. The game does not think that he is our franchise quarterback anymore, and that sucks going into year 5 because, I mean, we could have took a quarterback at the top of the draft, but rolling with a rookie over a guy that's been here. He knows the system, played here 4 seasons. And Kenny Pickett, obviously, he has not been that bad. You know, his rookie season, yeah, kind of, not enough yards, but that's when we had Trubisky. We started off with Trubisky. But then when he started the second season, he improved every single season when it came to yards. The touchdowns were okay. But like his last name, got that word pick in it. He's been throwing too many interceptions, and that's why he is now labeled as a bridge quarterback. But we still have Dorian Fisher here, a guy we took a couple years ago in the 4th round to be his backup. And then we drafted this guy, I think, like in the 6th or 7th round, Chris Middleton, not the basketball player that plays for the Milwaukee Bucks, who defeated my Suns a couple years ago in the NBA Finals. But maybe we give Dorian Fisher and Chris Middleton some reps in preseason to challenge Kenny Pickett now that he is a bridge quarterback. Najee Harris, who's been probably the most consistent player on this offense now. We did struggle last season to even run the ball, even though he still had about almost 1,200 yards, still averaged over 4 yards per carry, still had double-digit touchdowns, his second most in his career. He's just been the best player, I think, period, the whole rebuild for this Steelers team. DeAndre Lamb, we do have him on a trade block. He is on a contract year. He is, I would say, ready to start for like another team. So, you know, not that good of a season last season as our backup, but we just couldn't run the ball. Offensive line wasn't blocking, not even blocking for Kenny Pickett. We got sacked over 50 times. But we brought in Gus Edwards, a.k.a. Bus Edwards, a.k.a. only signed him because of that nickname, Bus Edwards, to, you know, relate to Jerome Bettis, the bus. Can't stand him. But bring in Gus Edwards, also a former Raven, former divisional opponent. So bring him in to challenge DeAndre Lynn. Might trade DeAndre Lynn. We still got Bowens here, who we took in the same draft as DeAndre Lynn. Fullback Derek Watt, just to keep TJ happy. And then at receiver, you got George Pickens. No more Deontay Johnson. He left us last season. So we drafted this guy, Caleb Combs, who turned out to be an X factor, right? Didn't do nothing. Well, he had that's a decent rookie season. But if I would have known that dude was an X factor off rip, like, we probably should have put him in the slot. We had Calvin Austin, who had a breakout season last season. He was in the slot. So I think we're going to put Combs in the slot just to see if he can maximize that X factor. And then we have Randolph here, our big body wide receiver 4. Tight end. Oh, but I forgot to talk about my boy George Pickens. George Pickens has been our wide receiver 1 since day one. Since day one, 1,000 yards every single season, about 80 catches every single season. George Pickens, he's a beast. He is a beast. Tight end, Pat Freiermuth has been okay for us, but we wanted to add more depth at tight end, so we did sign Adam Troutman. I think he was like our only free agent signing when we got to the free agency period. But we got this guy, Todd Richardson, in the draft. I think he was like a third round pick, fourth round pick, and he had hidden dev. So we just completely revamped the tight end room, and now we're three deep there. Left tackle. I think we went with this guy in the second round, Tyler Hanson, because Charles Leno was another one of those Javon Kinlaw signings where it just didn't work out. So we drafted his replacement, Charles Leno, after 1 year, and I have Tyler Hanson as our future starting left tackle. He does not have like a tag. They usually have like a day one starter tag, so that's kind of weird. We brought in Taylor Lewan. He's a mentor, former Tennessee Titan veteran, just to add more depth. Kevin Dotson. Whole offensive line was bad last season. Kendrick Green tried to add some competition, but we're probably going to have to rock with him as a starter for this final season. James Daniel, he's been our best offensive lineman, I would say, through the whole rebuild. So shout out to James Daniels. And then Dorian Myers, he's been, I would say, probably inconsistent. I mean, he started off good. I mean, last season, I'll just count that with the offensive line just being bad as a unit. We got a couple of rookies backing them up. Left end, you got Adonis Gray. He was our first round pick. 77 overall. It just sucks he doesn't have at least a star dev, but he can get that in the season. I think he's going to be a beast, and I think he's going to be better than what Kelly gave us last season or Javon Kinlaw. Manny Harvin, who did really good replacing Cam Hayward after his retirement. His first season as a full-time starter, 11 TFLs, 8 sacks, probably deserved to go up a dev trait, but did not go up. Defensive tackle, nose tackle, Barton was probably our best defensive lineman, at least for the first half of the season last season. We brought in Greg Gaines just to add some depth. Still got Kalia Davis here. TJ Watt has been playing like TJ Watt. He wasn't at first at the beginning of last season in year 4, but he turned it around towards the second half, got over, double-digit sacks, 12 and a half, and he's had 16 TFLs for the past 3 seasons. Middle linebacker, Miles Jack, Devin Bush, they've been great. We signed this undrafted second-year player. Just to add, definitely brought back Alex Singleton. Alex Highsmith was developing like crazy the first 2 seasons, slowed down in 2024, and then last season they gave him back his X factor. So he's back playing at a high level, brought in Jacob Martin. I said I never want any of my former Seahawks to be playing for the goddamn Steelers. But Jacob Martin, he recently played for, the Texans and the Broncos, I think he plays for now. But we brought him in. He was the only player that was a scheme fit that was good enough to add depth behind Alex Highsmith. Junior Williams, who, when we took him, I was like, okay, normal dev, number 2 overall pick, but he's made me look like a genius. He's developing. He is our cornerback 1, got off that Barn Brown dev trade. He's been a star for a couple of seasons. Jonathan Jones was not a bad signing. He's been really good, so we brought him back for the final season. Christopher Minor, just like that receiver. We drafted him. They were the same type of player. Fast as hell, quick, a lot of speed, and then they came out with a depth trait that I just didn't think they would have. So the receiver Combs had X Factor, and then Minor had Superstar, and he had a decent rookie season too. Only 2 picks, a half a sack, 7 TFLs, 76 tackles. He's going to be our cornerback, maybe 1, just because he has a better depth trait over Junior Williams, or at least cornerback 2. And then we have Haskins here. We brought in Aaron Robinson to be our 5th cornerback. Free safety, you got Minka Fitzpatrick, who he's been stuck on star dev, but he's been okay the past 2 seasons. Probably not playing at his type, to his type of expectations, but he's still a 94 overall. He's still Minka Fitzpatrick, still one of the best free safeties in the league. And then Terrell Edmonds, I questioned it when I gave him that contract extension, and then we had to give him another contract extension, and it's actually worked out for us. So he's been good. Chris Boswell has been okay, and then Presley Harvin has just been okay. But that is the team going into year 5. Let's see if we have any team captain slots available. I don't think we do. So let's simulate the final preseason game with us as the head coach. No more Mike Tomlin. It's a different era here in Pittsburgh, so it went from Bill Coward, and Mike Tomlin, and now us. So we lose the first preseason game. I don't think we have any not depth trade. I don't think we have any position battles going on. We'll put Chris Middleton in as the backup quarterback to see how he does. And I am a new coach. This is a new regime, so we don't have to go with Kenny Pickett. We even thought about. I think Daniel Jones had the most interest in us in free agency. We thought about paying Daniel Jones like on a Mitchell Trubisky type deal. Because I don't even think we've paid Kenny Pickett yet. I think we picked up his fifth-year option, so we didn't even get a chance in this rebuild to give him like the big, franchise quarterback type money. So I don't have to commit to him. And we won the second preseason game. Now I kind of want to bench Kenny Pickett for this last game and put in Fisher and Middleton and see how they perform. And we lose by a point, 13-12. We do have to cut a lot of players, 13 players, I think it said. And Dorian Fisher was not bad. Chris Middleton was not bad. And Kenny Pickett was probably the worst of the three. Do we go at Dorian Fisher? Do we go at Dorian Fisher? Man, this is. Ooh, Kenny Pickett's supposed to be our starter. Middleton, as a rookie, did really good. And then Dorian Fisher did what he needed to do. We have a triple threat, three-way quarterback controversy here in Pittsburgh. I don't know who should start. Probably Kenny Pickett, though. Do we start Kenny Pickett? I don't know. Lynn was, he had 2 touchdowns. I want to trade him. Combs was great. Randolph was great. All the receivers were good. And then O-line, Taylor Lewan was bad. Probably going to cut him. And then 3.5 sacks. Jacob Martin, what a preseason for him. He's going to lock in that backup spot. Manny Harvin was good. Adonis Gray was good. Highsmith, Singleton. Singleton's going to make the team. Anton McGee, he's going to make the team. Boswell was perfect. What do I do at quarterback? I don't know. I really don't know. So I think we're just gonna keep all three on the roster. And the moment Kenny Pickett slips up, we'll go at one of the other guys. I think we're gonna keep. There's no trade value, or nobody's offering trades for DeAndre Lynn. Nobody's calling, so we're gonna have him, Gus Edwards, and Bowens. A lot of power backs. Derek Watt. Who's this guy? Whitting, Beal, Hardesty. Don't know who these guys are, so we'll put them on the practice squad. I think Beal was here last season, so we'll get rid of this guy. And then tight end, we'll get rid of the 3, or at least move them to the PS. Offensive line, we brought in Taylor Lewan, but really Luke, what do we do here? All right, so Kurt Simpson, he can get released. Taylor Lewan was bad. So I think I am going to cut Taylor Lewan. He was bad. Gave up 3 against backups. So not going to accept that. So we'll just move like this center that we drafted. We'll move him over to play backup left tackle. Don't even care if he's a perfect scheme fit or not. Boom. So his overall stays the same. Man, we got a bunch of offensive linemen. So we'll release that guy. Short. And then Grant Harris, he can go on the practice squad. And we have a lot. I see why we have a lot of cuts to make. Cassius Woodard. Don't know where all these guys even came from. We'll keep the 3 D linemen. Clements, probably time for him to go. Potts, he can go. I know we have a bunch of safeties. So Clements, he can go. He's been, I might keep him. For now just in case of injury. Derek Taylor down here, he can get released. And then we have a bunch of safeties that I need to release. So, Gregory, he can go on the practice squad. And then I said that Anton McGee, he was going to make the team. He had a pick. And then this guy, Barrel, he can go on the PS. And then the guy behind him should be the final one after we release him. And Tresman Rotten. That should be everybody. I wasn't counting. Don't know if I hit 16. Yeah, so we're good. We have the 53 players, so I hit it right on the dot. Caleb Combs, X Factor. can't wait to see how he plays in his second season. Hopefully he developed as a better route runner because his route runner is not that great. So let's look at the team from this menu. Yeah, so you see Combs. He will be the second wide receiver. We'll put him in the slot. I thought Calvin Austin got robbed of his dev trade. He did go up to star dev at the end of the season during Super Bowl week, and then they just took it away from him. Offensive line, at least are all going to be silver, except, of course, Kendrick Green. And then defensively, I mean, if Gray and Harvin can develop the way that Barton did, that'll make up a great young 3-4 defensive line. Minor, Williams, and then Jonathan Jones, the veteran. I like that. I like T.J. Watt and Highsmith both being X factors with Miles Jack and Devin Bush on the inside. And then Mika. The defense is not that bad. It's just the development of Harvin and Gray, Barton, and then the young corners around Jonathan Jones. This is not a bad team. Not a bad team. I think we built it really well. Let's go to the depth chart. Kenny Pickett, he's starting day one of the regular season, but it's not guaranteed he's going to be starting for the whole season. Najee Harris, Lynn, Bus Edwards, Monty Bowens. Got Derek Watt. We'll go Troutman as a backup fullback, and then we'll go with the other. Should we go Bus Edwards or Bowens? We'll go Bowens. And then receiver Pickens, Combs. Yep, that's fine. Let's go with instead of this Beal guy, let's go with the other tight end. Get him some more reps. Hanson, the rookie left tackle. O-line should be set up perfectly. You got Gray, Kelly, Harvin, DeMarco. I actually put Kelly over there. Defensive tackle. Kelly can go over here because he was a defensive tackle at one point. Left outside linebacker T.J. Watt, Vance Clemens, Jack Bush, Jenkins. Singleton will put Singleton over Jenkins. Jacob Martin had a great preseason. We'll go Minor on the outside. We'll go Jonathan Jones, a veteran, on the in the slot. Minka, McGee, Edmonds, and Martin. And then special teamers. So we'll go Minor and Austin. Right? We'll go Minor. Or let's go Haskins and Calvin Austin, and then punt return, we'll go Minor. And then Combs will be right there. Kickoff start will be Boswell, but we'll go with Presley Harvin for this final season. And then James Daniels, Najee Harris, we'll go with Bus and Lynn, and then power back we'll go Bus and Lynn. Slot receiver will be it will be Combs this season with Austin and Pickens. Left end should be T.J. Watt. Right side should be Highsmith and Martin. D tackle should be Gray. I'm going to do Barton. Well, Gray was the number 4 overall pick. So, yeah, we'll go like this. We'll go Gray because we need him to at least get like a depth trait in season. And then Barton and then Manny Harvin. Or do we go with – let's go with Harvin. He had a great season last season. Let's go with the 2 young guys. And then Jack. They have Jenkins, slot cornerback. They have Minor, Haskins, and Robinson. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So let's get to the regular season. Start the season off against the Baltimore Ravens, the Gus Edwards revenge game. And our season goal, even though I don't want it to be, Super Bowl or nothing. Super Bowl or bust. And we are 84 overall, 88 defense, so the defense got better, and then 81 offense, so still a defensive team. And we lose 31-17, so I lose my debut as the Steelers coach. No surprise. And we ran the ball, so at least we know that we can run the ball this season. We passed the ball well, so why did we lose by 2 touchdowns? Third down conversions, so we only had 2 to their 10. Kenny Pickett, man. I'm about to start the other guy. Combs was good, 99 yards. No touchdowns from the receivers because Kenny Pickett didn't throw one. The rookie tackle gave up 2. Kendrick Green gave up 1. TJ, Miles Jack both had sacks. No picks from anybody. Boswell made a chip shot, 28-yard field goal. And now we go on to the New Orleans Saints. See if we can beat them on the road. Every team looks like in the division won their first game of the season except the Steelers. And we actually win 28-16. Kenny Pickett saves his job, at least for now. I think he probably gives us the best chance to, or gives them, excuse me for speaking in that, that tone, them the best chance to win, them as in the Steelers. We were up 21-7 at the half. Kenny Pickett, yeah, he played great. So did the offensive line. So it looks like we fixed the issues from last season. The offensive line not blocking for Kenny Pickett and not blocking for the run game. And they're doing that early here in the first two games. Man, Lynn, he's really mad that we signed Gus Edwards. Now he's looking like the DeAndre Lynn from a couple of seasons ago. Combs, 105 yards. Touchdown for Pat Freiermuth and Pickens. No, a sack and a half for T.J. Watt. Terrell Evans with a half a sack and a pick for Christopher Mine, a superstar young corner. Looks like somebody missed their opponent. Don't know if it was their field goal kicker or if it was our field goal kicker. But mock draft, don't have to worry about it because this is the final season, the season finale of 2022. And we lose 35-28, high scoring game. Only by a touchdown. Thursday night football game to another divisional opponent. So they were up 28-7 at the half. We didn't score anything from the second to the third quarter. They didn't score in the third quarter either. And then we dropped 21 in the fourth quarter. And man, at least we tried to come back. It was like we could have won that game if we didn't get down early. And Kenny Pickett, was not on him. He was great. The offensive line did give up 4 sacks. Joe Mixon just had himself a day. And Calvin Austin was good. Pat Freiermuth, Combs with a touchdown. And this rookie tackle, I see why he doesn't have the day one starter tag. T.J. Watt is being T.J. Watt. No picks, no field goals, no punts inside of 20, no special teams touchdowns. And we take another L. We start the season 1-2, a bit slow. Now we have the 1-2 Atlanta Falcons. Browns 3-0, leading the AFC North right now. And we win 38-24. So that pattern of, up, down, seesaw, win, lose, or lose, win. In our case, we shut the running game down. No turnovers. Not great on third down. This is not a good third down team right now. Kenny Pickett, he's having a comeback season. Najee Harris, 100 yards. Lynn is having a comeback season. And Chase Claypool, revenge game. Now on the Falcons. Calvin Austin with a touchdown. T.J. Watt, not much of a comeback season. He's been doing that. Adonis Gray, Highsmith, Miles Jack, and Terrell Edmonds. 3 for 3 for Chris Boswell. And we are 2-2, 500 so far. And the rest of the division, over 500 at 3-1 for all of them. Now we have the 3-1 Colts. It looks like the AFC is going to be tough this year. And we lose 31-13. Continue the pattern. Lose, win, lose, win, lose. So we should win the next game. We could not run the ball. We could not pass the ball. We turned the ball over. Bad game from Kenny Pickett. Bad game from the O-line. The running game. T.J. Watt and Highsmith getting sacks. Boswell making all his field goals, but we take a L in Indy. We have the Bengals who already beat us, so they could go ahead and sweep us right now and take a big lead in the division, and they do. So we've lost to every team in the division. Started the season off, we lost to the Ravens, we lost to the Bengals, just got swept by them. We have yet to play the Browns. We play them after we're about to get swept by the Ravens. So we may go 0-6 in the division. We ran the ball, we passed the ball, too many turnovers. We're not great on third down. Only 1 third down conversion, 2 picks from Kenny Pickett. Wasn't all on him, though. And Pat Freiermuth was good. That tackle is not good. T.J. Watt, Jack, Boswell's having a good season. But he cannot score all of our points. Now we have the 3-2 Baltimore Ravens. Don't have to worry about contract negotiations. And are we going to get swept by the whole division? Or at least by the Ravens, because we have yet to play the Browns. And we get swept by the Ravens. We get swept by the Bengals. This is our first meeting against the Browns. And then I don't know when we play them again, but they did the Ravens thing. They ran the ball all over us. We didn't turn the ball over. We're not great on third down. And Kenny Pickett, it was not on him. So, I mean, these losses are not all on Kenny Pickett. And they got Kamara and Lamar. Combs was good. 100 yards. TJ Watt. Boswell misses a field goal. And we're on a 3-game losing streak. So no more pattern of lose, win, lose, win. It's just straight lose, 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 lose. And now we have the Browns, who are 5-2. Bengals are 6-1. First meeting against the Browns. Can we get our first win, our first dub in the AFC North? We cannot. So if we don't beat the Browns in the final game that we play them, whenever we do play them again, which will be Week 15, we will get swept by the whole division. So we could not run the ball that well. 4 turnovers. 3 picks from Kenny Pickett, 7 sacks from the offensive line. Combs, Pickens. Look at this, man. That left tackle, what a bust. I don't care if it's his rookie season. What a bust. Jonathan Jones with a pick. And do we put in a different starter at quarterback after that game? At least probably for this game, just to see what he can do. And then we might put Kenny Pickett back in. But let's see what Fisher, former 4th-round pick, going into his 3rd season. He's been backing up Kenny Pickett. He has a stronger arm. Let's see what he can do. Maybe we need that strong arm. And it's on TV, prime time. You know, we got fast receivers. Just throw it down. Oh, my God. 6-3. What a low-scoring game. Probably the lowest scoring game I've ever had before. 6-3, we win. I thought it was in overtime. It was on Thursday Night Football. No turnovers. We stopped them on 3rd down, and the quarterback didn't really do much. He didn't throw any touchdowns. He didn't throw any picks. But the defense won us the game. So Pickens was great. His best game of the season so far. The defense, Devin Bush, TJ Watt, pick for Minor. Boswell misses one. It looks like we blocked the field goal, so shout out to special teams. Special teams matter. And I think I'm going to give the quarterback another shot. I mean, we won with him in, pulled groin for Junior Williams. He'll be out 3 weeks. See if he wins this next game. And he does. We are 2-0 with this quarterback, Dorian Fisher. We ran the ball. We shut the run down. And Fisher may have won the job. I mean, he got sacked 4 times. Najee Harris, 99 yards, 1 yard shy of 100. Pickens, back-to-back 100-yard games. Pat Fryermuth getting a lot of TDs this season. Hansen is just a bad tackle. Alex Highsmith, 2 picks for Minor with the injury to Junior Williams. And we're 2-0 with Dorian Fisher. 2-0 with Dorian Fisher. Minor 6 tackles and 2 picks. The quarterback change might have saved the season. Maybe I should have kept Kenny Pickett in. And then there goes Harvin, broken collarbone. See if we can beat the Chargers at home. The Ravens and Browns, or was that the Bengals running away with the division? It's the Browns, the Bengals, and the Ravens. And 35-16, we are 3-0. Man, I'm about to put Kenny Pickett back in. I didn't want to save the season. You know, it's just a realistic move to pull him. He's a bridge quarterback. Let's see what the younger guy can do. And Zach, that makes sense. And they got Zach Wilson. That's why we won. But Kenny Pickett got in a little bit, 1 of 2. But Dorian Fisher with the stronger arm, but Najee Harris really put the team on his back, 123-3. Combs, 108 yards. Touchdown for Rod Beal. He's like our 5th wide receiver. Devin Bush, Terrell Edmonds, and Mika Fitzpatrick. Looks like the defense is starting to play good, and that's, the offense is benefiting from that. We have another weekly award winner, and it is Devin Bush, 9 tackles and 2 picks. And this whole division, if we can get back to 500, beat the Bucks here, was that all we needed? Was a quarterback change? All right, so 45-35. Still a high-scoring game. Defense, disappointing, gave up a lot of points. But offense, man, been clicking on all cylinders. They dropped 24 points on us in the fourth quarter, and we lost by 10. I mean, 386, 3. I mean, too many picks, but maybe we go back to Kenny Pickett now. We had two 100-yard receivers in Combs and Pickens. T.J. Watt was good. Haskins, Highsmith, Barton. I don't know. I feel like maybe we took Kenny Pickett out too early. But we'll wait. We'll wait before we put him back in again. We have a breakout wide receiver. This has to be George Pickens. Has to be because Combs is already an X factor. Yeah, so it's George Pickens. Trying to get at least a superstar deal. We got the Cowboys trying to end our season. Probably will be the end of our season just because our division is so good, and then we will already be at 8 losses. Yeah, so 35-17. We do lose, and didn't mean to click on the stats, but I might go to the rookie quarterback because he also played good in the preseason. We are at the bye week. So let's just see how he did. All right, 4 turnovers. That's not good. That is not good. 3 picks, yeah. So we're going to make another quarterback change. We're going to go with the rookie for a game, and if he's not good, we'll go back to Kenny Pickett. This quarterback situation is just chaotic right now. Man, these tackles, man. Highsmith, Gray. 2 punts inside the 20. So we are at the bye week. Not going to worry about contracts, but we are going to make a change at quarterback where we're going to go at the rookie Middleton, and then Kenny Pickett will be the backup. Fisher will be, I guess, inactive. And then we'll simulate the passing yards as number 8 in the league. So the passing game is not the problem. Is it the running game? Running is 14. So let's see if we can beat the Browns. If the Browns beat us this game, we would have got swept by the whole AFC North, and we did get swept by the whole AFC North. 0-6, 3-game losing streak. And, I mean, the rookie quarterback looks like he played great. Chris Middleton. He's probably going to go on a little spark, and then it's going to flame out, and then we're going to have to put Kenny Pickett back in. But I don't know how we could go back to Kenny Pickett right now because it's like I benched him for 2 other quarterbacks. Like, do we go back to Kenny Pickett? These other ones are starting to win games. See if we can beat the Panthers. And, okay, so, yeah, it looks like the same story. We're going to go like 3-0, and then the kid is going to come back down to reality. We only got 2 games left, though, so, I mean, we'll just rock with him. If we were going farther than 5 seasons, then, yeah, it would be the end of Kenny Pickett, and we would move on and have to find another quarterback. So, at least all 3 quarterbacks got to play this season. They all tributed, so 2 for 2 for Boswell. And we are 6-9. Don't think we're going to make the playoffs, even if we do finish 8-9. We have the Dolphins. I think, yeah, we just lost, so probably going to get fired just because of our goal was the Super Bowl. And don't mind. I'm already looking for another job. I want out of Pittsburgh. I knew what I signed up for. Middleton was not great, and then Kenny Pickett, he came in through a touchdown. So Kenny Pickett's going to start the final final regular season game. Not going to make much of a difference, but we'll go back to him. Against the Texans. So go back to Kenny Pickett. And the final game of the season, final simulated game of the year, we are going to finish last in the division. Man, if the Bengals win, whoever they're playing, all other teams in our division will have double-digit wins, and we're going to be the only lonely ones down at the bottom where the Steelers belong. And we were fired. Don't know if we ended up winning that last game or not, but I'm happy to be out of that contract. I'm happy to be out of Pittsburgh. I'm happy that this rebuild was done. Now, it was my choice to do it. It was my choice. I didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't do it for Steeler Nation. But I will say this rebuild was a success. We did not win a Super Bowl. We did not make it to a Super Bowl. We did, though. We did make the playoffs in year two. Got that off my back, finally making the playoffs at least once in Madden 23 so far, even though we've done, 4 teams so far. But this rebuild goes down as a success. Didn't want to win with the Steelers anyway. We will check out the stats. The top performers were Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Jacobs. Najee Harris, though, finished second in the league in rushing. Pacheco, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Devin Duvernay, Nick Bosa, Mike Parsons, Greg Rousseau, Darius Leonard, Denzel Ward, T.J. Edwards, Fred Warner, Logan Wilson, and Josh Adams. Looking at the stats, I'm going to have to go over to the Steelers. So we had 3 different quarterbacks, so I have to kind of combine all the numbers. It looks like really Kenny Pickett, we probably should have stayed with Pickett as a starter. He had the better stats, but combine all the numbers, that's about 4,000 yards passing, almost 4,200 passing yards, and then 25 touchdowns to 17 picks. So not a great season. It's not a great season where you go through 3 different quarterbacks. You go through your whole damn depth chart. But Najee Harris was just he was stellar the whole rebuild. I will say that. Better, hell, he might have been better than Jerome Bettis. Hell, I forgot about Le'Veon Bell, the rapper. Now forgot about him. 3, what do they call him? Him, AB, and Big Ben, the 3 bumblebees or whatever. Forgot about Le'Veon Bell. 9 touchdowns for a land comeback season for him. Receiving, Caleb Combs, 1,200 yards. So he turned out to play like an X Factor. Just needed to put him in the slot. Pickens, automatic 1,000 yards every season. Pat Fryermuth, automatic 800 yards a season. Calvin Austin, bit of a drop off because he wasn't in the slot no more. I just thought about another receiver, Antoine Randall. Forgot about him, right? Didn't he play for the Steelers? Didn't he throw a touchdown in that Super Bowl against us? I don't want to remember that. But great season for Combs. Great season for George Pickens. And then offensively, the offensive line, bad pick.
This is the player
bad
card.
pick. He was a star dev. So I would bump him down to normal. I would do that myself if the game didn't do it. Myers was under 10, so I guess that's okay for the tackle position. James Daniels, his worst season so far. Dotson just Ed. Kendrick Green, Ed. That's terrible from the center position. And then Devin Bush had a great season. So did Miles Jack, Christopher Minor, Terrell Emmons. The whole defense had a good season. T.J. Watt was great. Those TFLs are great. Highsmith, solid. Harvin. We got a lot of TFLs this season. Not enough pressure, really, just from these 2 guys, the 2 edge rushers. And then Minor, Edmonds, Bush, Jack, Minka, Jonathan Jones. Any forced fumbles, we had 1 for Jonathan Jones, 1 for TJ Watt. We had a block for Gray, Harvin, Barton, and Vance. We had a safety for Gray and TJ Watt. And we had a pick 6 for Jonathan Jones. Boswell made all his extra pointers. He did get 1 field goal blocked, and he only missed 3, so he really only missed 2. Inside the 20, 14 times, long as 70, at 50.9, and then no special teams touchdowns. And then yearly awards. MVP is going to Josh Allen. Coach of the Year is going to Matt Rule. AFC Offensive Player goes to Josh Jacobs. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Myles Garrett. Got TJ Watt at number 3. Minor at number 10. Might go up to X Factor. Scotty James, Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Colts. We have Middleton at number 9, our 3rd-string quarterback. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year actually goes to Adonis Gray, number 4 overall pick. He should go up star dev. Best QB goes to Josh Allen. Running back goes to Josh Jacobs. We got Najee Harris at number 6. Wide receiver goes to Devin Duvernay on the Chiefs. O-line goes to Creed Humphrey of the Chiefs. D-line goes to Greg Rousseau. Linebacker, automatic TJ Watt every year. DB, Christopher Minor, probably going to go up to X Factor. And then we got Terrell Edmonds at number 2. And then best kicker goes to Aldrick Roses of the Browns. We got Chris Boswell coming in at number 4. So, ever since, I mean, only one playoff appearance. Didn't even win a playoff game. Got bounced out the first round. We finished with like probably 6 wins this season, 5 wins last season, 4 wins the first season. Well, we went 10-7. We went 9-8. Missed out on the playoffs. I think that was year 3, where we could have went back-to-back years of making the postseason. So yeah, this rebuild was a success. Happy the way it turned out. Glad I'm done with it. Did we check to see who made the Pro Bowl? Did not. So, see if we had any Pro Bowls. This is not ours. This is the Steelers Super Bowl if they have any Pro Bowl players, because we're not going to make Super Bowl at any time in this rebuild. No receivers. No Najee Harris. Snub. That was a snub. Receiver, tight end, nope. Offensive line, we're not going to have anybody. D-line, not going to have anybody. TJ Watt, probably going to be the only one. Tremaine Edmonds, Terrell Edmonds' brother. Minor makes it. Starting corner. Yeah, he's going to go to X Factor. Then Edmonds, there he is. He's the starter, so about 3 Pro Bowls. And then Bowens, as a punt returner. So 4 Pro Bowlers for the Steelers. Let's see if they had any depth trait upgrades before we end the video. And we have to go to rosters. Didn't even see who won the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl winner it's between the Colts and the Panthers, but let's see if we have any depth traits before we simulate that game. And I know the quarterbacks aren't going to have any. Najee, was he an X Factor already?
This is the development. This player has a zone ability.
Yeah, I think he was. Receiver, Pickens didn't go up. Combs kept his X Factor. O-line, nobody's going to go up. Adonis Gray went from normal to superstar. Okay. Great pick. Harvin, did he go up to star? No, he stayed normal. Defensive tackle, Barton's probably still a star. TJ Watt still an X Factor. Jack and Bush stayed star. Highsmith kept his X Factor. They were really nice. And then Minor went up to X Factor. Madden was really nice to me when it came to like dev traits, like keeping my X Factors, keeping my superstar devs. I mean, I know that Minkah Fitzpatrick never really got his back, but Terrell Edmonds goes on superstar. So if we would have kept this going, new superstar safety, new X Factor corner, or edge rushers are X Factor. We got an X Factor receiver, X Factor running back. So a lot of good depth traits on this team, but not good enough to win anything. Because they're the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Super Bowl winners is the Indianapolis Colts. But that'll wrap it up for the Pittsburgh Steelers Realistic Rebuild here at Madden 23. Don't know if I will ever be doing another one in the future for other Madden installments. Maybe this was just a one-time thing. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you guys have a happy new year. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below. I'm out of here. I'm gone. Peace out. Don't squat.